I don't really think I've seen people talk about this like too much. Reskins versus originals. So things like the Luger versus the pistol, the Maul versus the Homewrecker, the Shooting Star versus the Machina. Those kinds of things. So that kind of got me thinking, are reskins always like better looking? And do people prefer using the reskins every single time if they can? So really quickly, before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that a bunch of you watching right now aren't subscribed, and I would love to see if we can have a better year this year on YouTube than we had last year. Now, that's a hell of a goal, but I think we can do it. So if you're watching and you're new around here, scroll down, click the button, and enjoy the video. Okay, so basically the reskins that I'm actually talking about are when the weapon stats are exactly the same. The weapon just looks different. I think some people on Twitter thought I was on about war paints, which I could see how you would have got it from my question, but that's not what I meant. But I wanted to try and figure out what people thought about reskins versus the original versions of the weapons. So I went on Twitter, like I said, and I used the community tab on my YouTube channel. And I think the vast majority of people said that they do actually like reskins. Now, I'm honestly not sure this is a surprise. Like, a lot of these reskins are really cool. Stuff like the Maul is a good example of a really cool reskin of the Homewrecker. The Shooting Star is quite a nice reskin of the Machina, although not my favorite one. And something like the Luger Morph is a great reskin of the stock pistol. But there might be a few reasons where people don't actually end up using these reskins. I actually noticed a lot of like high-level scouts using the pistol over the Luger Morph. Now, I'm not sure if there's like certain rules against using the Luger Morph in high-level play, because last time I checked, you could use it. Maybe it's just the way the Luger Morph feels versus the actual pistol. Maybe the actual pistol feels way more accurate on those kinds of servers. I have no idea. Or maybe some pro scouts still play with their view model on and the pistol doesn't take up as much space. And I know personally, sometimes when I'm trying to play quite seriously in game, it doesn't happen a lot, but when I do like using just the regular pistol. I don't know why. I'm not sure what it is, but there are some days where I get on TF2 and I just kind of feel like having the normal weapons equipped rather than the reskins. But that might just be me being a little bit weird. I think another reason people might not actually be using reskins is that some of them are like fairly expensive. So an upper hand, if you're just trading, is a couple of ref, which you might not have. The Maul as well, a couple ref that you might not have. And the Shooting Star is like a key or something like that. So quite an expensive weapon if, you know, you don't really care that much about a reskin. So it might literally just be that you're not using a reskin because you just can't get a reskin. I also think this just depends on what kind of weapons you have. If you have a really nice regular like original weapon with a kill streak on it or something, it's like strange, it's really nice, you might want to use that over just like the stock reskin, so you've got the basic quality, that kind of thing, especially because some of the strange reskins are again very expensive. A strange upper hand, for example, is ridiculously expensive. It looks amazing, it sounds great, but it's a lot of money if you want to get a strange one. So in that case, a strange sniper rifle is actually quite a bit cheaper. Even if you're buying like pro kill streak for it, it will probably still be cheaper than just a regular strange upper hand. So having a nice version of whatever weapon you are using might be a factor as to why you won't want to swap to a reskin. I don't know, I feel like I get really into this stuff because I like hearing different people's opinions and why they have reasons for certain things, and I always find it just super interesting. But for the most part, everyone on social media said they liked reskins and that they really liked using them whenever they could, purely because there's something different than the usual ones, which is quite cool that it's that way around because I am sometimes the opposite of that. But again, this comes back to me being a little bit weird and finding stuff like this really interesting. There were also actually a few people who said they really didn't care at all about reskins or using reskins or anything like that, which is, again, I find that quite cool. It is all down to personal preference at the end of the day, and if you have reskins and you like using them, that's great. If you don't have reskins or you don't want to use reskins and you're just using the original ones, that's great too. It's a bit like cosmetic loadouts. Like, the person who is wearing it is the only one who really needs to care about what's on it because they picked it because they like it. It's not really your choice, I guess. This whole video is basically just outed myself as being a loser that like is kind of interested in this kind of stuff. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think of reskinned weapons? Do you like them? Do you use the originals still? Let me know. I would love to hear it. I want to start some conversations in the comment sections with you guys and basically just see what you think. Also, a lot of people mentioned that they just didn't really like the Shooting Star compared to every other reskin, so yeah, I was quite surprised. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave this video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another one. Goodbye.